Hello, everyone. Hope you had a wonderful Thanksgiving. We did. My daughter made a sweet potato casserole that was just delicious. A little bit sweet for me, but still delicious. And my mom made some wonderful mashed potatoes that I wish I had some right now because they were just that great. And my sister-in-law made a cornbread dressing that was just out of this world. Just really liked it. And my husband and I, made brisket and turkey. Oh, yeah. And of course, there was other items to eat. We stuffed ourselves and we had fun visiting with each other. And we did a little work because, around our home, no work, no eat. That's right. Anyway, I hadn't read much about, Madagascar plague outbreak recently. So I decided to go do a little research and I visited the World Health Organization, WHO, if you know who I'm talking about. And I went to the disease outbreak area for Madagascar, which led me to a link for some situation reports that are listed by their weekly situation reports. So I clicked on the most current one, which was a PDF file, and found that there had been 2,384 cases of the plague. That's a cumulative total, and then 207 deaths. And that as of November the 25th, the Ministry of Health of Madagascar announced that it was contained for the acute urban pneumonic plague. And that made me wonder, what about the rural area? But okay, we won't even go there. But anyway, so it looks like it's been contained. They're doing a really good job about it. I mean, it's a major outbreak and they're doing everything they can to keep it under control. And as far as what I could read, that it hasn't sifted to any of those 9 or 10 other countries around that area. So that's a good deal. It's staying in Madagascar, it looks like. And I was reading about risk communications and that apparently the WHO has a risk communications team. And I don't know if they're doing this, but apparently there's some training for journalists and radio broadcasters that pertains to the plague, which I would assume that's, for the risk and the precautions and, what to do if there's if you think you have it, the treatments, everything like that. And that was in a bulleted point. And the next bulleted point I read is that the risk communication team is that it looks like the all media, that information has to, I don't know how to explain this. Okay, the risk communication team has what's called a messaging bank or message bank, and that apparently all messages from media have to go through, be approved and validated. Let me see here. I don't want to get this wrong. Okay, let me just read this bulleted point to you. The WHO Risk Communication Team are managing a message bank to ensure that the technical content of all messages is appropriate and validated by specialists from each pillar. Now, I don't know what the pillars would be. Also, the message bank allows harmonization of all messages used by the various communication media. The messages are reviewed by the national teams there's a couple of areas, I don't know, I guess they're cities or something, I didn't really look that up, to facilitate customization to the regional context. Now, this kind of concerned me because, okay, we know that the bullet before that, it mentions training journalists and radio broadcasters. Like I said, I would assume it was for the risk and precautions, all that stuff. But then when I read the next bulleted one, I'm like, well, you mean everything through all communication media has to be, what do we got here? Appropriate, validated, and it has to be the harmonization, where's that at? Let me see. Harmonization of all messages and validated and reviewed. Okay, so that just kind of tells me that people attempting to report in Madagascar must go through these channels for whatever they write that's going to be put in, out to the public. So to me, that's kind of like some canned reporting, I guess you'd call it, or cookie cutter reporting. They want all messages to basically follow the same thing. Now, I know I can understand making sure the by technical, I mean statistics are correct, okay? But, on ground, on scene reporters, they may interview, people affected by the plague or healthcare workers. And if everything has to go through these teams or specialists or whatever, and they're trying to get it to regional context, maybe it's not just a regional context, it could be the whole world, whoever's getting the message. It could just be, you know, being written the way they want the public to perceive it. And the general public could be denied some knowledge there that would otherwise get through. So that kind of concerns me a little bit, and it made me think that hopefully there is a rogue reporter or rogue bloggers that, you know, gives us more than what is supposed to be validated and approved and, all that kind of stuff. And I also found that there's going to be um, a musical video, I believe it was, and they're putting up TVs in certain airports to disseminate information. And I think that's a good thing. And I would look forward to seeing the little musical video. I mean, how do you make a little musical video discussing the plague? I don't know. That's kind of strange. And, me, I'd rather, if I got to listen to some Who stuff, I'd rather it be live at Leeds, if you know what I mean. But, that's just me. Anyway, I'm hoping for the best for the WHO and other authorities to be able to contain this and hopefully wipe it out. But other cases can occur in Madagascar because they're not through their plague season yet. From what I was reading, that goes through April. And because Madagascar seems to, have a major problem with plague anyway, probably throughout the year, not just this certain plague season of so many months, there's definitely education needed there. And there's going to be more cases, apparently, because the season is not through yet. So, again, I ask people to pray for Madagascar, pray for other people that are helping that country, that the right things are being done. And I know things can be a lot of trial and error. But I'm going to keep checking on it because to me, it's a major event. It's a major health concern for the world, actually, not just for Madagascar. So that about ends it for this little Sporkplode. And I'm looking on here and I'm seeing back here how dusty my little vents on my fireplace are. And that tells me that instead of sitting here doing a video for you, I should be cleaning house. Oh, and I know it's been probably about 3 weeks since I did a video, but I wanted to do one, except my husband became ill with flu-like symptoms, and I was doing everything, spraying antibacterial spray, everything to keep from getting it, and chalk it up. I haven't been affected yet by that. And then one of my dogs, sadly, is no longer with us. That's Maggie, my Great Dane. She was a Merle Great Dane. She was small for her breed, and I'd had her since she was approximately 6 weeks old, and she was a little over 13 and a half years old. And so a big part of our family is missing with her not here. But I still have 7 dogs. They keep me busy. They keep me laughing and smiling. They keep me jumping butt. Oh, jumping hiney, dog hiney. Because they're always into some kind of mischief. But I just believe dogs are a great healer for anything and great companionship. And I hope that I make a good pet companion for them. Okay, over and out. Until next time, bye. Thank you.